Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 206. It is Tuesday here in Cincinnati, another beautiful day. The weather is cool in the mornings and then hot in the afternoons. Sky is blue, sun is shining, trees are green. Things feel very lush and tropical right now. We tend to go into this place by July and August where it's getting a little more brown and the leaves are maybe even falling off the trees a little early and things feel dry. But right now it just feels like paradise. It's so beautiful. If you haven't been to Cincinnati in June, it's a good time to come visit. I'm just saying. Okay, so today is the day after a new moon, which for me is always, what would the word be? I'm always curious. I'm like curious to see how it feels, and I did my Zen Tarot deck pull last night to kind of create an intention spread for the month ahead, and so I'm always interested to see what energy is moving and presenting itself. The card that I pulled that starts the vibration or the possibilities the possibilities for this month, the card I pulled is called Possibilities. And it shows this eagle flying over the land and looking at all the options of what is available. And that's really how I feel today, just excited at all the options that are on the table for me. I sent a newsletter out this morning, which if you're not on my list, you should sign up. You can do it on my website, because I just send out reflections and thoughts in writing, which is sometimes a really nice way to receive reflections. I mean, the audio is good, but sometimes writing, it just can land differently. But it was titled Gems, the newsletter for this month, and I was just describing the slate is clean as we look at this new month that starts with a new moon. And as we step into summer, the slate is clean and all possibilities are on the table. So create gems, choose carefully. Yeah, and that's how I feel today. Very conscious, very aware of what I want to be investing my time in over the summer, and the relationships that are nourishing and expanding what I'm here to experience and create. And yeah, it just feels really good. So the topic for today is called Illumine Me, and there's a little backstory to how I arrived at that, and then I'll share the lyrics from a song. So last night I created the meditation, the new moon meditation, which is amazing. If you haven't listened to it yet, I highly suggest that you invest $11 and you take 30 minutes and you connect into all that is possible in this month ahead, because this is a really powerful shift of a new moon. This new moon in Gemini is really offering the opportunity for something different to be created in our lives, something more in alignment perhaps than ever before with what we've been dreaming about. It's a really powerful time to connect in with yourself and with your light. And so the meditation I made is exactly that, and it was really beautiful. It's not mine, it's from Source, God, Creator. I just share it. I just let it flow through me and out into a recording, and then there you go. You get to have the same magic that I experienced, which was really good. So I did that, and then Angie and I were eating dinner together. Everybody else was out for the night, and we were just sitting there talking, and I said, I'm going to pull my card spread for the month. Do you want to do the same? She's like, yeah. So we opened up the bottle of wine and we sat down and we put on Donna DeLory, because Ange said she wanted to hear One Day, which is this beautiful song that Donna DeLory created, and I've shared that in past podcast. It's titled One Day, the podcast is, if you want to listen to it. But the song is amazing. And so we were listening to that, and then it just started playing the rest of the album, which I have and I love. And we were on Spotify, and then the music stopped, and we were in the middle of a conversation, and I was like, can you pick a new song? What do you want to pick? So she went over and she's like, there's this song, Sanctuary, let's try that. And so she starts playing this song, and I couldn't focus on anything else. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. So we listened to the whole album and kept talking and sharing. And then when I was going to bed later, I went back to the song again. I just had to hear the song, and I must have played it 3 or 4 times, just laying in bed listening to the beautiful. It's so beautiful. I was listening to the lyrics and the music and just in love with the song. And so I fell asleep thinking about what the song said. And then this morning when I woke up to go for my run, it was still on my screen of my phone under Spotify. So I'm like, sure, I'll start my run with that song. I end up running and playing the song on repeat over and over again because I loved it so much. And then I was hearing different words in it, and it was such an incredible way to be in my body, move my body, feel my body as a sanctuary, and then be in the sanctuary of running with the trees and feel how I'm in the sanctuary of earth. And it was absolutely incredible. And so I'm going to share the lyrics, and then I'll talk about the phrase that really stuck out to me. So these are the lyrics from Sanctuary by Donna DeLore. And again, when I say the word Lord, which is in the lyrics, Lord for me, the way I interpret it, is source, God, creator, one, universal love, consciousness. All of that to me is the same energy that comes into the word Lord in the way I receive it. So your interpretation is completely up to you and your belief system. So here are the lyrics. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Open my eyes, illumine me. Open my eyes, illumine me. I just want to thank you for giving me this light, for this miracle of life. And then at the very, very, very end of the song, she said, you can hear her singing those lyrics, and then she speaks these words. So you can hear her singing, and I just want to thank you for giving me this light. And then she says, she speaks, may we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we know the beauty of our true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing in the world. And I've heard those phrases at the end before in other songs, so I know they come from somewhere very powerful. But the way that she ended with that after this whole feeling of being a living sanctuary, it was breathtakingly beautiful. I was singing and running and just feeling the majesty of all of it. But as I was running, and one of the times I was playing it on repeat, I had started to hear the end where she said, or I guess it's in the middle, open my eyes, illumine me. And when I was listening to it, I thought she was saying illuminate. And then as I listened again the next time, I'm like, she's not saying illuminate, she's saying illumine. Is illumine even a word? And you know how your mind, when you're running and you're listening to something and energy's just moving, your mind just goes like down this whole path. And so I'm running and I'm hearing illumine and pondering, like, what does that mean? What does illumine mean? So when I got home, I looked up illumine me on Google, and it referenced me to a song, an old Christian hymn, where it says, open my eyes, illumine me. And I don't know if that's where she got the lyrics from, or I'm not sure of the connection. But when I was seeing it written in the terms of a Christian hymn, what I felt was she meant to say illumine, not illuminate. And so with that conscious choice of those words, what is the difference? What's the difference in illuminate and illumine? And this is what I wanted to share, besides the fact that you should listen to the song because it's absolutely beautiful. No matter your religion, it's beautiful. When when I think of illuminate, I think of the light coming from outside of us and shining or spotlighting on us. So like a full moon illuminates, it sends light into us from outside, or it shines awareness on something that we are not previously aware of. It's external light coming over around us from the outside. When I think of illumine, it feels like the complete opposite. And I don't know if that's the definition, but that's the feeling that I receive when I listen to those words. It feels like the light's within me. The light is inside of me, and it's it's hard to even say, illumine me from the inside, reflect my light out into the world, which is completely different than illuminate. And so if we tune into that, right? And she may not have meant it this way. This may be my own little trail that I'm playing on that feels really good to me. But that's what we said in Gemini yesterday, right? Like, we're just going to illuminate our own trail and follow where it goes. So this is where the trail of Illumine Me has taken me today. It feels like the light is from within, and it's the divine light, it's source light inside of me, and it's making me brighter from the inside so that I can reflect my light out into the world. Illumine me from in here so I can share that out into the external relationships and experiences outside of my own light. It can go out and become brighter and more visible. And when I tune into that definition or that feeling or vibration of those words, it's in such alignment with everything that has been presenting itself over the last few days in my meditations and the podcast. The more that we are able to discern our truth and our belief system and what our gifts are to express here in this world, the more that we know and trust that light within us, it is easier to share it externally, to talk about it. This is what the new moon in Gemini feels like it's really supporting. Expand that light, share your message, let it go out into the world. And so when I heard her lyrics over and over about being a living sanctuary, pure and holy, when we honor that we have this incredible light within us, our light of source or God or creator that sits inside of our human bodies, when we feel that we have that light within us, then we want our living body sanctuary to be reflective of that, to be honoring of that light. And so it's inspiring to me. It makes me want to be healthier. When I hear the words living sanctuary and I think of that as my body, I want to treat my body more kindly. I want to help my body live longer. I want to make choices that are going to be respectful of the fact that this body holds that light. I don't even know if I have the words to try to explain. I'm trying to do the best I can, but it was such a powerful feeling that came through in the song, and it may be easier for you to feel it when you actually hear the song yourself. It was amazing, and it feels like such a beautiful message for me to receive as we start this new moon, as I am being intentional about what I'm creating and what my gems are for the next month, and what my table, the slate is clean and the table is open. Like, what do I want to put on my table? What possibilities do I want to manifest? The words living sanctuary just give it a much more expansive priority list. I mean, I'm still going to drink my glass of wine here or there, and I'm still going to have chocolate and ice cream, and I'm not going to not enjoy my life with the treats that I like to bring, but there's a lot I can do to improve the health and the vitality always of this living sanctuary that is me, this light that is me, and this life. How does she say it? She says, I just want to thank you for giving me this light, for this miracle of life. I mean, how can those two lines just capture all of it? But they do. Isn't that amazing? It's just so amazing. So yeah, Illumine Me is the title of the podcast. Although as I'm saying Living Sanctuary, I'm like, maybe it should be Living Sanctuary. But there will be other living sanctuaries. We'll use that title some other time. But for now, I really encourage you, find the song and let it just wash you with such a beautiful vibration of love and connection to the light within. So good, so good. Thank you for tuning into this vibration of pure love. I invite you to join me in aligning with the optimal health of your mind, body, spirit in the virtual community of Viv's Energy Gym. You can learn more at mysouljourney.com. Let's take this message of Gaia's love out into all of our relationships and communities today. So much love from my heart to yours.